Welcome all. What time is it? Almost 1 o'clock, so
there you go.
Happy 1 o'clock on Friday, if that's what day it still is. I don't know
the
here.
days.
Is it here?
Yeah,
I don't know the
here.
days anymore. And your hair's looking nice. If anyone knows any underground barbers, please let me know. That would be a good thing. We are going to talk today about... What are we talking about?
Good question. Nutrition, not restriction. Which the short answer, or the short explanation to that is, it's more than just eliminating everything. Yeah, the show's done.
Alright, done. Don't eliminate all your food.
Very good suggestion. There's a whole concept of elimination diet, which I talked about previously. It has really not to do with this. So let's just go ahead and talk about what we really mean by nutrition, not restriction. So the general idea to lose weight, which most people are interested in, is calories in versus calories out. Right? It's plain and simple formula. Just burn off more calories than what you're putting in your body. Which comes all, I know this is one of your favorite examples, the idea of how you can lose weight then on a Twinkie diet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where if you can only eat Twinkies, you can have maybe 5 or 6 of them a day. You won't be that much calories. I would lose weight from it. I would feel like crap.
Of course.
I would not feel well.
But you're calorie deprived, so
correct, so I'm
therefore
losing weight. However, the nutrients that are in Twinkies are very minimal. So, if my metabolism gets shot, fatigue will set in, skin, stomach issues
you
will
lose
happen.
muscle, you lose bone density. Everything that you're losing is not what you want to lose.
It's poor nutrition. But you're losing weight. And what happens as soon as after a week or two of eating just Twinkies and you feel like crap, you're going to go eat something else, probably some other craving food, and now you started back over on
cookies with the Twinkies. You take the
Twinkie
Twinkie
sandwich.
2 cookies, squish it down, and
This is not nutritional advice, by the way, from Functionized Integrated Therapeutics. It's a Twinkie sandwich.
No, and that problem itself, if you add some butter or peanut butter to that, that's probably like a $3,000 calorie meal in of itself, which you're going to want more. Insulin's going to go up, way up, and come splashing down. As it comes splashing down, you're going to get them signals into your brain saying, eat more. And you already had 3,000 freaking calories, so come on.
Which is a good point of talking about the differences that are in food, because they do make us feel different. More full, less full. Fat and protein have a higher satiety rate. You're going to be hungry less, fuller, longer than if you have carbs due to the insulin cycle you just explained.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes down to, again, why fad diets. I mean, we are big fans of not using that word here. It's a lifestyle change, because when people think diet, even though the definition is what you eat regularly, everyone thinks it's like a short-term thing. Like, I'm going to go into a training for a couple months. I'm going to go on a diet for a couple months. They sometimes lose their weight. Statistically, usually we don't. And then end up gaining more than we started with anyway. So it's, again, not a diet. Figure out what's healthy, lifestyle changes, and just stick to it.
Let me pick on Weight Watchers, for instance. I'm not going to pick on Weight Watchers, but I'm going to pick on Weight Watchers. Like all diets, they work. And if you follow the point program, chances are it'll work. However, what happens when you stop using Weight Watchers? And I'm just picking on Weight Watchers because I'm not picking on Weight Watchers, right? So you stop doing it, you go back to what you're doing before, and bada boom, bada bing, you just gained that 50 pounds back. Which is great for Weight Watchers because, go back onto Weight Watchers. And this is what happens with every single fad diet out there.
They're not meant to be continuous. Realize that, they're still businesses. They know what they're doing.
Yep.
Some people have those miracle weight losses and success stories, and that's the part they focus on. But I personally don't know anyone that has. I've heard of people that have, and I'm sure there are, but most people I know that have gone on these kind of fad diets, they're at least as bad at the end as to where they started.
Correct.
A lot of times worse. Because then, once you fail, so to speak, on a diet like that, that helps motivation in absolutely no way.
Right.
Because, I tried and I failed. And that usually spins people back down into, why should I try it again? I already tried it. It didn't work. A lot of it comes down to you tried something that doesn't work to begin with, and then you didn't stick to something anyway.
A lot of it comes down to motivation.
Yes.
Really motivation. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Mm-hmm. If you're extrinsically motivated to be able to buy a new sweater, and you actually get there, congratulations, you just bought that new sweater. Then what? Are you intrinsically motivated to stay in that sweater? And most individuals really are not. Some girls can get to the point of buying that bikini for the summertime, but unfortunately many of them never actually look the way that they want to, because that's that intrinsic motivation factor that just lacks. And I always say, if you are comfortable where you are, it's a nice idea to be able to have that new bikini, go to this wedding, make everybody just fall all over you because you look just so amazing. At the end of the day, you're not happy with it. It's not going to happen, so you might as well just become comfortable at where you're at. Otherwise, individuals I see just themselves just beating themselves up day after day after day, and then blaming others for their own failures. That's it.
That's really when people aren't able to hold to something, or they choose not to hold to a healthy lifestyle. Again, there's always excuses given, but okay, let's say there was actual reason for it. It's like, look at last time you failed. What could you have done better, or what did you do that led you astray? Did you just quit? Or if you did quit, what did you blame it on? Because there are ways to work around it. Again, when it comes down to it, you're right. It's really just how committed are you? Mm-hmm. At the very least, it's how committed are you? No other advice, no supplements or anything will help you if you don't try.
Right.
And by try, I mean actually try. Give it everything you got. Because if you fail at something, in kickboxing matches, I give it my best. There's been times I gave my best and it went badly for me. We'll just leave it that way. But I tried. That was a full attempt. And people don't do that all the time with this. They blame things on cravings. Oh, I just had cravings. I couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
And in general, cravings are just a lack of willpower. I mean, that's in general. There is chemical things to it. There are ways to help adjust it. But even if you have all your hormones, neurotransmitters, your body mind is perfectly into it. If you say, screw it, I want to eat pizza with deep fried chicken wings on it, you're going to do it.
Yep, you are. A lot of it, as you say that, really is an addiction. Food is an addiction. If you're having a difficult time turning down that fried chicken covered pizza or the cheesecake with the pina coladas, it's an addiction. There's something in there that is causing you to have that. You know it's bad for you. You know it's going to kill you over time. It's a fact. Number one killer is heart disease. It's going to lead to heart disease. It's going to lead to increased medical bills. It's going to lead to nothing that you actually want. But you're still going to do it. Why are you going to do it if it's not an addiction?
What's even better is a lot of times when people, I've been there before, when you binge, so to speak, or have some food that you're not supposed to have, you feel great for a couple seconds while you're eating, and usually by the time you're done eating, this feeling of regret comes on. And that's another mindset thing, which we'll throw in some statistics. You love when I go into statistics. So there's been a big thing, just the whole French paradox. I'm sure you've heard about, a lot of people have. And a fun to think about is the way we think about food. It showed very heavily that those of us in the United States, when we hear something like Boston cream pie or cannolis, we get different thoughts. And there were big surveys that were done that a lot of us in the U.S. have thoughts of regret or fun, but party or going crazy. You're like, oh, I'm going to feel bad after I eat it. Where when they looked at France specifically, when they talked about chocolate cake, the first thing that came to mind was celebrations, parties, family. Much different mindset to let you know where are we thinking with food and what is our relationship with food.
Oh, absolutely.
Because in general, our culture does not have a good relationship with food. I've had a very poor relationship at different points in my life with food.
If you are having a relationship with food in the first place, and you feel those guilts, it really comes down to you're cheating on your husband or wife. And if you are having these feelings that you just cheated on your husband and wife, it's over. It's done. This is with food. Come on. Food. Something to keep you sustained for life. Yes, having a good, healthy relationship with food is quintessential. So how do you do it? That is the kicker.
So I don't want to seem like we're just sitting here saying, get your stuff together and get your mind stronger. Though that is a big part of it. And there are certain ways you can help with the mind aspect of cravings. Like, stress eating is a real phenomenon for some people. Then others go into stress not eating. Is that the best way to call it? There are things you can do to help with that. Things like serotonin metabolism, 5-HTP. If it's emotional based, will help with that. You still have to have the willpower after you take a supplement that will help with the cravings. But there are small things to assist with that. There's different ones if it's sugar cravings or meat cravings, kind of rare, but if it's not like an iron deficiency, but there are ways around that as well. B vitamin deficiency can sometimes cause that. So again, if you are craving things, it's what are you craving? How can we target it and help it? And then how can we just get you to hold yourself accountable? That's kind of the big kicker. Yeah, that's all I got on that one.
I get it.
What else is there to talk about? Plenty of things to talk about. Pace of eating.
All right.
All right. This is another big component of feeling full. Again, I've heard this so many times where it takes about 15 or 20 minutes to feel that you're full because there's a connection from your stomach to your brain. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes. That's great. Most of us do not spend 20 minutes eating food. I know a lot of people who they even say, oh yeah, I just inhale it. So instantly it's like, how did that food taste? A lot of people don't really know. You literally just slammed it down. And that has a problem for health and nutrition in a couple of different components. One, your body doesn't digest things as quickly or as well if they're in large chunks as opposed to we bite it down. We do have teeth for a reason, believe it or not. And then there's smaller things of just enjoying what you're eating a little bit, so you're less likely to get this negative feeling of regret. Because if you really enjoyed that cannoli or what you had over Easter, if you're enjoying it, you're less likely to regret it afterwards. As opposed to you just slammed it down, wait 30 seconds, and crap, did I just eat that? As opposed to taking a couple of bites, talking to your friends and family, actually enjoying it, we're not as likely to regret it as much. And if you don't regret it as much, we don't get that dopamine release from the reward system to make us want to do it again later. So again, just eating slower can help with cravings and hunger.
It's that relationship again with food. If you are with a significant other that you like, and you spend time with them and appreciate that time, guess what? You're going to feel great. You're going to be okay. And you're going to be happy. If you are rushing through it, and what's going on right now is there's just so much more domestic violence right now than usual. The theory of either going to be more babies or more divorces. But
potentially both, but yeah,
right.
We're not thinking of that one right now.
And the only reason I say that is it's all about the relationship. And what are you doing to nurture this relationship with your food?
Well, good.
Take time with it. Yeah. Enjoy it. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. There are actually hormones and stuff, oxytocin, feel-good hormones. Hormones make us get connected to people when we eat. So again, just enjoy what you're doing, enjoy what you're eating, and don't regret it, but keep yourself to something that's healthy.
Yes.
I mean, it's which is a big thing with the whole nutrition not restriction is, again, find things that I keep picking on cannoli. Let's go another common one. Let's say pizza. That's
why do you use cannoli?
Why do you look at me and smile every time I say cannoli?
Makes me happy.
Pizza makes a lot of people happy. I mean, this is one of the biggest foods, most common foods I hear people that I work with say that they miss or they want more of. And I mean, I'll let you easily talk on this one of healthy substitutions for pizza. As opposed to saying, I'm never eating pizza again. And again, we've said this so many times. With that chicken
crust pizza. Thin crust, thickens up. Chicken crust pizza, amazing. I'll call it Shantae's cauliflower pizza because the cauliflower pizza you get in the frozen food sections is not. It's mixed with a lot of things. Carbs are 40, 60, 70 grams right there. Shantae's cauliflower pizza, however, is, it's cauliflower. She mixed some almond flour, a little egg cooked together. I tried it once. That's why I call it Shantae's cauliflower pizza because it was hideously... I would like to say delicious. When she makes it, it's amazing. When I make it, it's just hideous.
Yeah, for those, a couple things that helps. But next topic. No, same topic. So again, it's finding things to just... I'm not going to give up foods that I like, but I will find other ways of eating the food. Again, I was craving garlic bread like crazy when it came to Super Bowl time. Mm-hmm. To where I'm like, I need garlic bread.
And your alternative was amazing.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I made it. It's more cheese than bread. We'll call it cheesy garlic bread. Again, it was what I was looking for in my terms of health and my goals and everything. It was, I think the whole loaf was, 6 or 7 grams of carbs. We'll say there was 10 servings, but when we had it, there was 2.
Yeah.
But again, I wasn't going to cut out garlic bread, cut out pizza. Again, just find healthier ways of doing it. That way you don't feel like you're giving stuff up. Because if you feel like you're giving stuff up, that's going to lead you to being frustrated. Like, I can't eat ice cream. I can't eat pizza.
Right.
And the more negative things you feel about food, the worse your relationship with food's going to get. And ultimately, it didn't work.
Right.
So again, there are certain things you should take out, but again, for people who work with me, Cinnabon was another big one recently.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it smells great walking the mall, but...
Someone told me, I'm going to have a cinnamon bun. Like, I need it, and before I even got to what the heck do you mean you need it, was like, okay, hold on, sit down. Ed came up with a low-carb, healthy cinnabon recipe. And it tasted good, because that's important. So if it doesn't taste good, it's not a recipe to me. It's, you know, again, to jump back to a lot of fad diets, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, healthy food tastes like cardboard. Well, not if it's cooked right. It really shouldn't. Not like everything I've made's been a home run, but I don't think I've cooked cardboard.
You have not disappointed so far.
Or there was way too much tequila in the process. But I think
you have not
fine.
disappointed so far.
I guess the last thing on my topic with the relationship with food is, you know, the other big thing that people try to go by is they look at weight, how they feel. So many different outcome measures people do, and we tend to focus on the one that makes us feel least worthy. You know, it's like, how many times someone's like, oh, I've dropped 10 pounds. Like, yeah, but my pants don't fit any differently. You know, like, for some reason, we are programmed to put ourselves down when everyone around us are trying to say, you know, buck up, look, all this is fine.
Right.
So a big issue with health is being happy with where you, maybe not with where you are, but at least where you're going.
It's all about the journey.
It really is. I mean, I'll throw this out there. I mean, I'm not always happy with the way I look, the way I can perform and everything. But I'm trying to work closer to it. So it's having a healthy relationship with yourself in terms of with your food. Because again, if you look in the mirror on a bad day, like, I don't like the way I look, nothing's working, screw that chicken crust pizza, I'm going to go have a deep Sicilian and, what was it, deep fried chicken wings on it, right?
That's what you said.
Yeah. So again, it's just keeping yourself to a consistency. The whole cheat day thing, I don't want to hit too much on this one, other than I never want to hear those terms.
Yeah. There's no cheat day.
I had someone was last week asked me, like, what if I have a cheat day once a week? I'm like, you're not going to. Like, just done. Get rid of it.
Yeah, if
this person was fighting me on
if you're eating and appreciating and enjoying the food, you're not cheating on any day. Right. So what's the big deal? I mean, on a holiday, yeah. If you want a cannoli on a holiday and have a nice relationship with your cannoli, great. But what do you need to cheat for? Mm-hmm. Nobody likes a cheater.
I may have, you know, my the birthday that was just passed, I may have had one or two, half dozen, these muffins that were made. I didn't regret a thing about them, but, you know, I did make sure that I was happy with it. I worked out that morning and that night, just to justify. It didn't make much difference, I don't know. Cupcakes were delicious, by the way. Thank you, Shantae, again. So again, you can eat what you want, still get your results, still perform well, still be healthy. And I guess we'll say that was the moral of everything. So you don't have to eat stuff that don't taste well. You don't have to highly limit yourself. I mean, I'm almost never hungry. I know you're not usually hungry. You're not supposed to be.
No, you shouldn't.
And don't restrict what you're eating. Just make it better. Enjoy it.
Absolutely.
That should have been the whole spiel.
I've been thinking about this bowl of chili to go over at the library.
Yeah, I think I'm smoking like 8 pounds of meat this weekend, so that's... Maybe that'll be on the show next week. Who knows?
Mike smoked meat. Great.
On that note, I think that's a good time to wrap this up. So if anyone out there has any questions, obviously, direct message us. You can always call us, email. I'm sure there's other modes you can get a hold of us. We're listening.
DM us. We're on Facebook, Instagram right now, so just hit the DM button. 848-444-9032. And support at functionize.com.
Yeah.
Visit us, www.functionize.com.
Let us know your feedback. If you have any questions. If there's anything you want to know about, because, I mean, I think we're a wealth of knowledge. We'll say a wealth of a lot of knowledge. Go ahead, ask us something you want to know about. We'll go ahead and we'll either get back to you, or if it's a big topic, really good, really fun, or a lot of people ask, we'll do a video on it. We're here for you guys.
Absolutely. So instead of just looking for answers, come to your experts. We're those experts.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us on another Friday.
Yes, we determined it was Friday.
Just call us experts, don't let them name.
Health experts, not daily. So,
thank you for being with us, and we will see you real soon.
Thanks, guys.
Live functionized.